So first I'm going to moisturize my face, and I'm going to be using the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors plus HA. No idea what any of that means. So I'm just going to moisturize my face with this. I have been using this, and so far so good. I don't think it's anything to like write home about, but it doesn't sit weirdly on my face underneath makeup, and only costs like $5 or $6, so can't complain. And I always bring my moisturizer down my neck, and I don't always use a primer. I feel like if I'm wearing like, you know, a full-on face, you know, full coverage foundation and everything, and I want my makeup to last, I'll usually use a primer, but typically I don't use primers all the time, so I'm not going to today. I am going to go in with my IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Illumination Cream with SPF 50, and I am in the shade Light. I absolutely love this stuff. It's amazing. It looks amazing on your skin. I don't use a whole lot. I just put a little pump on the back of my hand, back of my finger, back of my hand. Use damp beauty blender and just pop that onto my skin. I don't use a whole lot. I like that it's buildable coverage but not super high coverage. Looks very luminescent, very Your Skin But Better. I see what you did there, IT Cosmetics. I absolutely love this stuff. I just recently put it in a favorites video, and I've actually had this for quite a while. I know that there's like the regular kind, but I've actually never tried that one. I've only ever tried this one, but I see absolutely no reason to change it. I absolutely love this one. How many more times can I say absolutely? Absolutely, absolutely. Love it. I love that it's got like a little bit of a boost of illumination in it. And it's got SPF. So, I mean, I don't have to put SPF on my face. I should probably get close up. Maybe you can build it to be a little bit more coverage if you want to, or you can leave it pretty light coverage, which is what I tend to do. I definitely wouldn't recommend applying it with a brush though. I definitely think that it applies much better with a damp sponge. It gives you that dewy fresh look to your face. I am next going to use my Glossier Stretch Concealer in the shade Light. I love this stuff. It is the bee's knees. Just going to put that underneath my eyes. I find that it doesn't crease a whole lot. Put it in any, oh my gosh, my back. Put it in any areas where I get red, which I typically get really red around my nose. Put it at the bridge of my nose, in between me brows, on me chin, and any areas that I would like to conceal. like these pesky little red marks that I have on my face because I'm a girl. And we get these things called, you know, periods. I'm just gonna blend this out with the Beauty Blender. Super exciting. I know. Oh, man, my back hurts. And I also use my concealer for my lids. Because I have my lids, you can definitely see like my veins through my lids, so I use my concealer kind of as like an eye primer. Alright, and once that is blended out to my liking, I am going to set it using my Becca, what are you called? Under Eye Brightening Setting Powder, which is a loose powder. I'm going to try not to make a mess with it. It is a white powder. I am going to use my e.l.f. Mineral Powder Brush to set my under eyes. Just because I don't find that this concealer creases or anything, but this powder actually gives a really nice brightening effect to the under eyes, so it makes it look like you got years of sleep. Does anybody else make really weird faces when they're applying makeup? Because I do. I'm also going to use this to set the rest of my face because it works that way. Whoa, that's a lot. I definitely love the fact that this powder does not have a scent. I hate powders that smell weird, that like old makeup-y smell. Not the vibes. Next, I am going to go in with my IT Cosmetics Brow Power and Universal Taupe. And I'm going to brush my brows. Funny story, I used to actually be crap at brows when I was a teenager. I did not know how to pluck them. I plucked them way far over. And I didn't really know how to tweeze them, and my brow hairs get long, which I actually don't mind now that I'm older, but I didn't know how to trim them. I didn't know how to trim them when I was younger, so I used to, I know what you're gonna say, I used to take a razor to my eyebrows. Oh man, memories. The worst. I had no eyebrows, no shape to my eyebrows, no arch. And then when I got into my early 20s, finally went and saw someone to sort out my eyebrows, and I got them threaded for the first time. And I actually didn't mind getting them threaded. I know a lot of people say that it's painful. I didn't personally feel like it was painful. Of course, it's uncomfortable. But I didn't feel like it was painful. But then I started hearing a lot of things about when you get your eyebrows threaded, that it actually like pushes your brows down. And I don't know if there's any really like truth to that, but I was like, oh no. So I went and got mine waxed by someone in my local Nordstrom, and she did a brilliant job. And I went back a couple more times, and then I don't know, I just stopped going, and I was just like, I'll go next time. I'll just do something to, maintain them. Oh, sorry. I am using my Glossier Boy Brow in the, what are you? I can't read that. I will leave it in the description box down below. I really like this product because it's lightly tinted, so if I miss any like little sparse hair areas, it gets in there for me and it keeps my brows in place without making them crunchy, because that is one of my pet peeves. I hate crunchy brows. So those are the brows done. I feel like they look okay. And I am going to be using the It Cosmetics. I feel like this is a lot of It Cosmetics products, I just realized. This is the It Cosmetics You Are Most Beautiful You palette, and it is a bronzer, blush, and highlighting palette. Now, typically, whenever you buy like palettes like this, there's bound to be like one of the products that you don't really like the bronzer doesn't really work for you, or the highlight's not pigmented enough for you, or so on and so forth. But I actually really like all three of the products in here, so I use this quite often. So I'm just going to use this big purple brush. This is the Royal and Lang Nickel Powder BMD 100 brush. I can't remember where I got this, to be honest. I think it was at Target or something like that. And it says powder brush, but I like how big it is and how well it applies my bronzer, so that's what I use it for. Just gonna apply that to add some warmth to my face, because this Florida girl is pale and pasty. Bring it down my neck. And I am going to use the EcoTools Precision Brush. Oh my god. Precision Blush brush. I actually really quite like this brush to apply blush with. Just gonna apply that to the apples of my cheeks. Just add some color. Just looks like a really healthy, like, flushed color, which I dig. And then I'm going to use this ColourPop brush that does not have a name on it, which is really frustrating, but I will leave it in the link down below, or I will link it in the box down below. I'm going to use that to apply my highlighter with. The apples, high points of my cheeks. Bring it around town like SpongeBob. Down the bridge of my nose. And the Cupid's bow. Now for the fun part, which is the star of the show, the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. I actually got this the day it came out, but I've been sick like 3 times this month. I got the flu, then a cold, then a bad stomach bug. So I have not even used this palette. It's been taunting me on my vanity. Haven't used it yet because I wanted to share it with you guys. But it looks like this. I actually, this is my first Anastasia palette. I know that everyone and their mother loved the Modern Renaissance palette, but it just was not my cup of tea. Lots and lots of pinks in there, which don't really suit me. They make me look like zombie-like. I don't know how to explain it. But when I saw this, I actually saw this when it got like leaked, and I was like, that is more my style. That's up my street. So I went and got this when it came out, and we are going to be using it today. Very, very excited. Eek! I'm not going to use the brush that it comes with because I don't find that those brushes ever really work for me. Although, oh, that's nice. I don't really like this one, the flat one, but the blending one isn't too bad. It's not very stiff or anything, which is nice, but I digress. So first I am going to use this Wet n Wild brush that has no name on it, and I am going to be using the Tempera. I think that's the name of it, Tempera, this shade right here, all over my lid as a transition shade. Ooh, goodness, that's buttery. So, all over my lid. Again, just as a base shade here. I find that when I first started doing like makeup and stuff, when I first started getting like into the eyeshadows and what have you and the palettes, that I thought that precision mattered, or not precision mattered, but like in order to get like a very precise eyeshadow application, you really had to like almost kind of like press down hard and with your brushes. And I find that that's not really the case if you're in lighting where you can see like that, where your crease really is, where the hollow is, and you take a brush and you do a really light hand, it looks a lot better. Just a little tip that I find works a lot better for me. Next, I am going to use, what do I want to use? What do I want to use? I think that I am going to use this orange soda shade right here, which is like a cream soda color. Best way to describe that one. It's cream soda. And I'm going to take my trusty Morphe E30 brush and use that to apply this in my crease and my lid. Just apply it all over there. These eyeshadows are definitely buttery and blendable. I actually like this color a lot more than I thought I was going to because it blends out into a lot more subtle of a neon, I suppose, than I expected it to. I expected it to be more of like a neon because in the palette it looks quite orange and not a warm toned orange. It's more of a like a cool toned orange. I know that some people do their eye makeup before they do their face makeup, and I understand why, like because, you know, like the eyeshadow fallout and everything, but I always found that so weird. Like I can't do it. I tried doing it once and it just felt so weird to me. Like it didn't feel right. Like I was like, I don't like this. Next, I am going to go in with my trusty Oh my god, does it even say it anymore? This is an It Cosmetics blending brush of sorts. I think I see the letters C4153 on there. Oh my god, how long have I had this thing? It's a blending brush. I am going to take the color, ooh, gosh, these are crumbly, burnt orange here. This more warmer orange color. And I am going to blend that directly into the crease, the creasy area. Ooh. That is a gorgeous color. Ooh, yeah. That is a beautiful color. These are super, super blendable. Is blendable even a word? I think it was created by beauty bloggers. Blendable. Ooh, that's gorgeous. Love it. Next, I am going to take this BH Cosmetics 132 pencil brush, and I'm going to dip it in that same burnt orange shade and apply it to my lower lash line. Bring some of the color down. Okay. Next, I am going to take this glistening gold pressed shade. I'm gonna dip my finger in that. Ooh, that's beautiful. Woo, that is gorgeous. And I am going to dab that on my eyelid. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is what gold shadow dreams are made of. Oh my god. That takes me back to like Lizzie McGuire. This is what dreams are made of. I know, I know. Whoever thought her and Gordo were gonna get together? Because I totally did. I was like, come on. Lizzie McGuire. Get with Gordo. He's so cute. And it only took a few seasons and a trip overseas for it to happen. Not to mention an identity theft. Ooh, that's beautiful. Love it. And I am next going to take, that's not a proper sentence. Next, I am going to take this ColourPop Nameless Fluffy Blending Brush, and I am going to use the shade Rustic here, which is a beautiful burnt, not chocolate, but that sort of shade in that realm. Dip that, and I am going to use that to add a little bit of warmth to the outer corner of my eyelid here. I typically am not always drawn to warm toned eyeshadow palettes, which is weird, I know, because that's everybody else's jam. But I typically am drawn to like cool toned palettes versus warm tones. But this palette is definitely on the warmer toned side, and I don't know why, but it drew me in. Woo! Beautiful. I am going to go back in with the BH Cosmetics 132 pencil brush, and I am just going to take that rustic brown shade and put it on the outside of my lower lash line. And I'm just going to curl my lashes and apply some mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, so to complete this look, I am going to use the Milani Matte Beauty lipstick, which looks like this. These things are super, super pigmented and curly and beautiful. And I just feel like it ties in very nicely with the whole soft glam look. And to finish this look off, I am going to use the Saturday Skin Daily Dew Hydrating Essence Mist, which smells phenomenal. Does anybody else fan their face after they... And that completes this makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for future videos. I think next I am going to be doing a drugstore related makeup look. So if you want to see that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!